Fire broke out near Europe's largest nuclear power plant early Friday following an attack by Russian troops. Ukraine's emergency service said the fire broke out in a training building outside the Zaporizhzhia plant's perimeter. Ukraine regulators say there had been no exchange or make that no change in radiation levels following the fire. The reactors are also being safely shut down. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden spoke with Ukrainian President Zelensky to discuss the fire at the power plant. Both leaders urged Russia to cease its military activities in the area and allow responders to access the site. The second round of ceasefire talks between Ukraine and Russia in Belarus ends with some progress. Both sides agreed to organize humanitarian corridors and maintain cooperation to create a way out for civilians. Russia says the agreement reached in the talks still needs to be ratified by the parliaments of each side. Ukraine, however, says they did not achieve their desired outcome with the talks. A third meeting will be held soon. In the meantime, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says both sides will only find a way out of the war if the Kremlin negotiates in good faith. Zelensky adds he is willing to have an open conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin to try and agree on compromises. Investigators from the International Criminal Court set off for Ukraine to start looking into possible war crimes. Russia has been accused of targeting civilians, a claim Russian leader Vladimir Putin refutes. We have this report.
Video of Ukrainian emergency services trying to rescue civilians from a burning building following a Russian airstrike in the city of Chernihiv are the latest images of horror and suffering brought on by Russia's invasion. And now Reuters has learned that investigators from the International Criminal Court in The Hague are en route to the region looking into possible war crimes.
We're moving to the region today. They're taking off probably about now.
ICC prosecutor Karim Khan told Reuters his office would be examining possible war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide.
I think the world is watching, and the world expects better. Humanity expects better than we're getting around the world, and Ukraine is no exception.
Neither Russia nor Ukraine are members of the ICC, and Moscow does not recognize the court. But Ukraine signed a declaration in 2014 giving the court jurisdiction over alleged grave crimes committed on its territory, regardless of the nationality of the perpetrators.
Kharkiv, the 3rd of March, the 7 days of Russian war and Russian war crimes.
Video shot Thursday by a resident of Kharkiv showed the effect of Russian bombs on residential neighborhoods. But Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday said his soldiers were trying to avoid civilian casualties and said what he calls the special operation in Ukraine was going, quote, according to plan. Russia has been accused of using what are called cluster munitions and of targeting civilian neighborhoods. Speaking to Reuters, Khan did not address specific allegations, but said this.
Well, one thing is very clear. Any side that directly targets civilians or civilian objects are committing a crime under the Rome Statute and under international humanitarian law. That much is clear.
If war crimes are found to have been committed in Ukraine, Khan said his office would follow the evidence up the chain of command to the highest levels of political and military office.
The United States, the United Kingdom, and the European Union urging the UN's Human Rights Council to investigate the violations committed by Russia. Speaking for the EU, France's ambassador says the gravity of the situation fully justifies the creation of a commission of inquiry. The U.S. ambassador is urging the 47 member states of the Council to support the resolution, which is due to be voted on Friday.
We are deeply alarmed by daily reports of civilian casualties and of Russia's deployment of weapons such as cluster munitions and thermobarics against cities where innocent people are sheltering. We have seen the images and videos online of Russian forces shelling residential areas and bombing civilian facilities such as hospitals and preschools, and Russia's brutality is getting worse.
It is, Mr. President, unconscionable to think that a fellow member of this Council, a nation that fought so courageously with us to defeat fascism, would commit these egregious violations. But President Putin has proved he has no respect for human rights, the UN Charter, or international law. That is why it is essential that this Council establishes a commission of inquiry to investigate alleged abuses and violations of human rights and violations of international humanitarian law, to preserve evidence and prevent impunity. Russia must be held to account.
The resolution is being opposed by Russia's ally, China. They say they are against the politicization of human rights issues.